Hi, today I'm going to show you 5 time-saving habits that makes creating reports in Power BI easier and quicker every time. You know that stage where you have your data and you know the story you want to tell with that report you're creating, but now you just need to build it? I've been creating Power BI reports for the last 8 years and I really recognize how time-consuming it can be. So I've built up a bank of useful habits that save me time both in creating my report but also maintaining them. My first habit is about preventing problems before they even happen. And it starts with making sure that I categorize and label my data correctly, right at the very start. You've probably been there before. You go to create a particular visualization and find that something isn't calculating correctly, or it just won't work at all. And then, after some troubleshooting and figuring out, you find that that number is actually being categorized as text. You can make sure that you set that up right at the very start. The solution is within data modeling to make sure that each column is correctly set as the right type of data and also with the correct summarization. So, this habit is about spending 5 minutes upfront to prevent those issues coming up as you're building your report. Habit 2 is about recognizing where you may have groups within your data. Your data may already come at a granular level, but if you were to put that into a visualization, it may be overwhelming. Power BI has a feature in the table view that easily lets you manually add in groups. No code needed. In the table view, literally just right click on a column that you want to add groups to, and it's going to let you create a new column. I love this feature because it lets me add hierarchies into data. It means that I can easily create summarizations and simplification within my report with really very little extra work. It makes a huge difference. Then I can use those hierarchies to add in interactive elements to a report so that my users of my report are able to drill down and explore the data, but are not overwhelmed with too many different pieces of information at one go. We're 2 habits in, and if you're finding this useful, I bet my other videos would help too. I create a video every week on different elements of Power BI that I had to learn when I started 8 years ago. Sometimes when we're creating a report, we need a small lookup table. That's a static table of data that might have acronym definitions or targets on it. That information might not be in your main data set, nor is it necessarily available anywhere else. Lots of people go and create a new Excel file with that data in it and then connect it into their model. However, this habit is much easier and quicker. Did you know that Power BI lets you enter data? This is literally being able to paste in data to create a table that will live in the model itself. That means you don't need to worry about having to maintain or keep a connection going to another file that might not be part of your main data set. I really love enter data tables because it makes my report more robust and reliable. I'm not having to maintain extra small files in different places, but just having that data in my Power BI model itself is much easier and makes my life as a report developer much easier. Habit 4 is about making sure that my report is future proofed and accessible to everyone. So, have you ever had a situation where you've created a report and a user has given you feedback that they can't tell the difference between certain colors? Well, making sure that you think about the accessibility of your report design right from the very start makes your life much easier. There's a couple of different things to think about, whether that be using Power BI's inbuilt accessibility color themes, or if you're using icons or conditional formatting, well, you can choose shapes as well as color to distinguish between different values. When you design with accessibility in mind from the very start, it's nice to have, but it also means that you know that any one of your users will get the same value from your report. The 5th habit that I really recommend is thinking about your sort order. Now, by sort order, I mean in what order values or categories appear on an axis. There are defaults that Power BI will always use, but every time you build a visualization, if you spend just a second thinking about what the best order something is in, it can really make a huge difference. I really hope the 5 habits that we've talked about today help make your reports more robust and quicker to make. One of the things we talked about was using icons when we're using conditional formatting. If you want to know more about that, I have a video that breaks it down. In fact, it uses conditional formatting in lots of different ways to make your report dynamic and colorful.